Hi all, welcome to the channel, welcome to the workshop. We now have issue 99 of Eaglemoss's Build the Delorean. Okay, so we now have issue 99, and in this issue we're going to be finalising the front flux bands. So what we've got here, we've got this grill piece, which is plastic. We've got these metal parts on a fret. We just need to break those out. I did notice when I was looking at the parts that you've got C, B and D here, but on the fret itself you've actually got, can I pick it up without highlighting, D, B and C. Now the fret is correct, is as you'll see from the instructions of what we're doing. We're going to put this plastic part in first, and then we're going to be adding the metal parts in. And you notice that these do say B and D, and this one says C. So go by the instructions on here and the lettering on here, and ignore the lettering on here. So let's get on and do this part. So I've just taken these out of the fret that they come on. They've left a little bit of a burr on the edge, so I've just taken a metal file and just filing that off, just so there's no burr on there. We'll do that for all the parts. Just make sure that they come out nice and smooth. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this plastic part. It is shaped. You'll notice it is narrower on the bottom than it is on the top, and we've got two holes in here and we've got two on the other side, and we're just going to be placing these into those two holes just like that, and wrapping it around and putting it into these two holes here. When we do that, we will be pinching these bands, so we want to make sure as we do it that these bands are fully into their little notches on these plastic parts, because this will be holding those all into place. So what I'm doing is just working my way around, just getting those to go in, and then finally on this side just placing that into the holes on this side. This might be slightly tricky because it does still want to pop out, certainly if you've got the EL wire. It does want to push out. Okay, so next up we're going to be getting our grills, and we're going to be placing them just in here. We're going to want the bend to be going in the downwards direction, and we're going to secure that in place with two AP screws. So we're just going to push that through so it goes into that little notch. We'll line up the two screw holes, and they're going to be going into these two holes here for the bracket. So one in there, and the other one just in there. Again, just make sure that your EL wire or your flux bands or whatever you're using do sit in the little notches. Once we've got two AP screws in there, we are also going to be adding two IP screws to the back just here, just in there like that. So it's looking just like that. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So next up we're going to be adding the last bit of the grill, and we're going to be placing that in there. It says to use the AP screws first on these two options, but I'm actually going to take the option of using the IP screws first to secure that middle bit in place. It is worth noting that if you're using the EL wire, that these IP screws are long enough to go all the way through this frame. So certainly on the edges here, when you use the IP screws, just be wary that you don't go through your EL wire, because that will give you a whole load of headaches. So now just making sure that the grills are pushed in, making sure that the EL wire is pushed into the right places, and just putting some AP screws in here. Again, at each stage is worth just checking that your filament or EL wire is not where a screw is going to go, and it is in the little channels properly. Right, so now that's all in with those 6 screws, we're now going to fold these over, and we're going to put double these holes over and secure that in place with 2 AP screws in each of those. And then the same process with this one. And that's now looking just like that. All I'm doing here is just neatening up the EL wire, making sure it is in the place that I want and nicely tucked behind the grill. Let's just have a look at how it looks. There we are. So that is now looking absolutely fantastic. And as you can see, it's a nice even light all the way around. I must say it does look more washed out on camera than it does in real life. I'm certainly very happy with it. I might eventually change this for a darker blue, but that's not going to be a problem because of the way I've wired it. I can just pull out the connector on this side and change it all, and then put it a new colour back in there. But for now, that's done. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up. That's issue 99 now done for the Delorean. So the flux bands and the front of it is now looking absolutely fantastic. I think over the next few issues, I think all we're doing is dealing with lots and lots of wires for the outside detailing. If you want to see more of that, please remember to hit that subscribe button and ding that bell, and I'll see you around.